Hello everyone who likes to retell tales of myth and legend. I am Border, also known as BorderRRR, and welcome to about 40 minutes or so of Age of Mythology Retold, which is something I've been meaning to cover on the channel for the longest time. I've been a naughty boy and I haven't gotten around to recording regular content for this. It's been mostly stream VODs, which is not what I wanted, I do have to say. It turns out that streaming on Twitch 5 times a week and trying to maintain like 3 separate YouTube channels, like, this might shock you, that's a lot of work. So, I've been bad, but here we are. And so let's talk about the game first. I like this. I love this, in fact. It's basically the same as the same Age of Mythology that we all know and love, but it's just, you know, tweaked a little bit. In particular, I particularly like the fact that it seems like all god powers are reusable now, which is just very convenient. And as you're seeing, just having a little moderate skirmish match, team match, all random, all the time, just because I couldn't decide what to do. I didn't want to indulge in my... I don't know. Didn't want to indulge my bias today. Also, for those people who have been tuning in regularly, this is not scripted. We're going back to the old improvised commentaries because, as satisfying as it was to do, what was it? It was like talking about, in particular, like the Dark Souls versus Remnant, like RPG commentary. As fun as that was, I don't have it in me to do like really heavily edited videos like that regularly. I just don't have the time or the energy, really. So it was a fun experiment, and whoever suggested that I script my videos more, I appreciate the feedback. But I prefer doing this for like multiple reasons. It's just more fun, and I have been not procrastinating. I've just haven't been feeling up to doing this particular commentary for a while. But if this is the first video of mine you've clicked on, well, firstly, welcome. Glad to have you here. How's your day going? You probably don't want to hear about the behind-the-scenes stuff. Let's talk more about the game. So, we have ended up being Uranus. We rolled randomly. We are Uranus. I do like how this game looks, by the way. It is a graphics update, and... fun fact, I don't play RTS very often in my spare time because... I don't know. I'm getting old, I'm getting slow, perhaps. I don't know. Like, there's people who are, like, way older than me who are still frickin' loving playing a good RTS, including my dad, who is still playing Age of Empires: The Rise of Rome. Yes, the original expansion for the original game. Gotta love it. And, yeah, so that's not an excuse. I guess I'm just lazy. But anyway, this was a super fun game. It turned out to be exactly the kind of difficulty suited for my out-of-practice ass right now. My ass and the rest of me. And the Atlanteans are interesting. They're not, I'm not sure what is the most new player-friendly faction or civilization in Age of Mythology. I would not say the Atlanteans. Probably the Greeks. Because, like, yeah, absolutely not the Norse. They require a playstyle that I think is not intuitive for me. Every time I've played the Norse in recent times, recent meaning the last few months, it's been a bit of a struggle. I don't vibe with them very well. I love playing them, I just don't vibe with them very well because they do stuff differently. And, so yeah, but the Atlanteans are funny. Not funny, haha, funny weird. It's just, it is interesting to look back on Age of Mythology, in particular because this, vibes like, what the hell is it, Age of Empires 4? That's probably what they were going with this. It's like saying, alright, let's take Age of Mythology and just, essentially remaster it, to be, like, graphically and mechanically up to date, with the thing we just did. I do prefer this over Age of Empires 4, I do have to say. Age of Empires 4 was trying to make the magic of Age of Empires 2 happen again, and I'm not sure that worked. It's not a bad game, but it's not my cup of tea. Actually, talking about that, I really should save that for a commentary on Age of Empires 4, which I have done in the past. I think that's back on the other channel, though, before I wanted to move the RTS content over to this one. I think I mentioned back then that it is a bummer with the campaign. They've made it kind of impersonal. They've made it like a history documentary rather than putting the player like there, so to speak, narrated by people who are there, which is weirdly less immersive, I find. And I really want to get to the point of, like, playing through the campaign of this game on stream, or not, like, say which one you'd prefer to watch, like, the live stream version, or the, I guess, edited down version, put up on this channel, because I would like to have a regular series to do up here. This channel, for those of you who've been tuning into this channel for a while, on and off, you might notice it's a bit all over the place. I'm still kind of figuring out what kind of content should be done regularly. Sure as hell don't want to make this place just a home for stream VODs. Not just because people are less likely to watch those, but also because that's not what I originally wanted to do here. I thought I could keep up, you know, just regular content with the occasional stream VOD, but turns out to have become the opposite. Now this place is a barren wasteland, filled with Witcher streams and RoboQuest streams and all that stuff, and very little RTS to speak of, which is sad. Part of the reason I made this channel, and the whole premise of it is like RTS, RPG, roguelike, is because those are the kind of games I like to play, and making content on RTS is an excuse to play it, because, well, apparently I need extra motivation to do the things I enjoy, which, it hasn't worked out well. Do you, like, those of you watching this, do you have, like, what are things that are like that for you? Like, it's the kind of thing where it's like, I enjoy doing this, but I never get around to it, and I kind of need to push myself to do it, and never regret it when I do it, but here we are. Also, Caladria is one of my favorite myth units. I am doing, strategy-wise, talking about the game now, what I'm doing in it. I am trying to, like, do the, I guess it's like the standard recommended strategy in Age of Mythology, which is just human soldiers, make lots of human soldiers, economy, and just, use, like, you gotta pump out those soldiers like crazy. I don't think I built, like, any myth units in this. I think I, like, trained a second Caladria, and that's it. And the only reason I have her around is because she's a healer. And, healing is few and far between in Age of Mythology, so if healing units are actually, like, quite helpful. Like, it can save you a lot of resources. Like, surprise, surprise. Like, keeping your troops alive. Like, what? Alright. I was confused by what was happening there. And also, just a note on the difficulty, like I said, I don't play RTS nearly as much as I used to. Like, back when I was a kid, that was the only genre of game I would play. Partially because, I don't know, I was a big wuss, and the idea of being, like, in there down to the action was scary to me. But also, that's the kind of games that my parents approved of, because they weren't very much a fan of things like first-person shooters or anything like that, because it's like, this is violent, and you probably shouldn't be playing these, it's kind of bad for your brain. I don't know how much truth there is in that, but, I mean, a lot of people played, like, first-person shooters like Half-Life and Halo and stuff like that, and they turned out absolutely fine, so what do my parents know? What do I know? But anyway, they were fine with RTS games because they figured, like, okay, that's just, you know, it's like chess. It's cerebral. It's teaching you to think. And also because that's the genre of game that my dad enjoyed. Although he also, well, he did play Quake and Doom and stuff like that. I think he stopped playing those. This was back in the 90s. Tells you how old I am. Back in the 90s. And I think he stopped playing them, probably because he had, like, small children in the house, and it's like, he didn't want to give us nightmares. I think it was, what was it? I think it was, like, Quake 2 that he played, and I remember seeing him play that, like, when I was very young, and I thought it was very scary. Now think about it, that might have been why he stopped playing it. So, there you go. Like, it's hard to be a gamer if you're also a parent. Like, yeah, if you've got, like, I mean, if you've got any kind of, like, serious responsibility, like, video games, as wonderful as they are, as, I think they're my favorite art form, actually. Certainly they're the kind I indulge in all the time. And I think, what was it? Ah, right. There is, my oracle is gonna get killed. Yep. Oh dear. So, This match, I do have to say, isn't particularly eventful. You've probably noticed the length of it. So I originally wanted this to be like an hour of RTS, like an hour of Age of Mythology Retold. But it's kind of both. It's 40 minutes of it. It can go in both playlists, I suppose. Anyway, the strategy I'm going here, I have no idea if it's the good one. It's just, I just like having fast range units in general. Just a good idea. Although the Terma is like kind of, how do you say that? It's kind of just a really specialist anti-archer unit. So it's not the smartest thing to do, really. So there is that. It's just Myrmilio and Terma. And the Atlanteans, let's talk about their design. It's interesting that the Myrmilio, the aesthetics of it is like kind of like a gladiator. Like, and I believe there's a lore in universe that they're called that because, like, in formation, they look like, you know, like a shoal of fish doing stuff. Oh, look at that! Little dude's like trying to carry up. And here we're doing a little bit of micro around the town center, trying to get them chasing after me, while the town center and stuff just shoots. Like, what the hell just happened there? And I'm just gonna drop a carnivora right there, here. And I just, can we see? And hum num 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 num. Yep, it ate somebody. I didn't get to see that last time, but alright. There we go. And I think that yep, and they killed the carnivora, but it did its job. And that's what god powers are for, aren't they? It's just you know, they get you out of a pinch. And here's the thing, that these guys are using myth units. And the thing about myth units is that, at least in the original Age of Mythology, I don't know about this one, like, I'm really not up to scratch, not up to date, with this particular, like, game, like, what's really changed. Because I should have read it ahead of time, but, nah, screw it, we're just flying into it. We're doing this unscripted, baby! We're just going, we're letting it all hang out. I don't know why I put it like that, but anyway, so... At least in the OG Age of Mythology, myth units, as powerful as they weren't worth the cost, and in particular, Favor was a bit of a bummer. Like, it was a real limiter on how many of them you could have, which means that just in practice, what was smarter to do was just keep mass-producing human soldiers. Never mind if you lost all of them, you just make more. And, yeah, now we're getting to the point where like, you gotta start building town centers like crazy, so... Yeah, so that's a fun thing. The Atlanteans have actually been slightly nerfed, from the original expansion. It used to be that they could build town centers, like, at the very start of the game. I've noticed that's not the case anymore, probably because that was overpowered as hell. Just because you could just go and hog all the settlements, and that would give you a huge early game advantage. And what else? It's like they don't gain favor from town centers anymore. They gain it from oracles, which actually is something I didn't need to worry about for the most part because I had like 3 oracles to begin with. That's still kind of an advantage. I guess the only other civilization in the game which can brag about gaining favor immediately, actually, like the only ones which are at a disadvantage there is like the friggin' Egyptians. Although I think maybe they gain favor from having a pharaoh around. I don't remember. Like, tell me if I'm wrong about that. I have resolved not to Google things while I'm doing these commentaries. If I don't know, I don't know, and I'll look them up later. Or you can have fun telling me. It's like, you know what? I quite like jumping in unprepared sometimes. It's fun. Because then you have the excuse of saying, like, well, I didn't know that. I do like the bit of commentary on the Sacred 2... Not the commentary, what's it? The comment saying, like, describing the video as watch me Google things badly. And that's quite apt, really. Resolved not to do that anymore. The commentary is going to be... The commentary is just going to be me, like... You know. If it's scuffed, it's scuffed, and that's good. Yeah. Termas... They're really only good against other ranged units, so really... I'm not sure mass-producing them in the early game was a smart thing to do. Look at that Harpy doing Harpy things, it's great. And here's me trying to be cute and just, interesting. I was expecting to find dudes there. So that's me provoking them, leading them straight to my ally because I'm a rude dude. Crude, rude dude, throwing my allies under the bus. I think, who is it? Like, my ally is, Ra? I almost said Ramses. Although I think Ramses means something like Ra related, perhaps. Anyway, so, and also we're fighting, what are we fighting? Gaia and Uranus. So it's an Uranus and Ra versus Uranus and Gaia. So there's a lot of Atlantean nonsense in this particular match. So this is just me raiding, just sniping them off, and look at that! They have a cryosphinx. Of course they do. Whee! And I have a very undefended town right now. I've got some towers and stuff. I've got a little wall. That's my Great Wall. It's just blocking off that little pass, which, not to spoil anything, that actually comes into its own later. It's a little wall that does a lot, simply because, well, at the very least, if they attack your friggin' wall, you've got notifications about it. Warning, your wall is under attack. Your wall must be very small if it's under attack. Get it? That's funny. I'm funny. Alright, so this is where we're kind of just building up, building up, building up. This is where you can have a valid criticism of a lot of, like, I guess you could call them, like, traditional RTSs, like stuff like your Warcraft or your Command & Conquer or Age of Empires, in which a lot of the game is just building up an economy, and then whoever has the better economy wins, so to speak. That's certainly the case in Age of Mythology. Your resource management needs to be better than the other guys, otherwise you can't afford dudes. But then again, that's very believable. It's realistic, I would say. Is that, if you don't do it right, if you have a weak economy, you can't have a strong military. I mean, yeah. I was about to go off on a tangent about the United States, but honestly, I can't single them out. Much can I? Alright, so that's me. Again, that tower actually paid off a lot. I think, what are we going to do? I think I had vague aspirations of, like, plopping a Carnivora just on a gold mine or something. Man, I need to play as the Egyptian. I want to do another one of these. Brace yourselves, I'm gonna, like, this might be a 3-parter or something. I don't know. I might do that, I might not. Do say what other games I should start playing on this channel, because, like, frankly, like, sometimes I'm out of ideas. So, because there's so many games, and it's like, it's easy to get, like, paralyzed by indecision, so to speak. And by default, I'm gonna go back to the ones that I know well, you know. It's like, why would you go buy new clothes when you've got perfectly normal, comfortable ones? And I think it just occurred to me that having a ranged cavalry unit in the early game could potentially make the Atlanteans, like, quite OP, really. So probably a good thing that Termas are, like, only good against other ranged units, because otherwise they would be, they'd be, oh, it's a rain and a rainbow. And here is where us here's where us with the, whatchamacallit. Yay! Shockwaves. That would actually kill a horse, if it was realistic, but, we don't do realism. So, hooray! Whee! And at some point I remember that you can assign buildings to, like, your quick groups as well. Yay! Whee! So honestly, at the time, that felt like, oh boy, here we are, we're in trouble. It turns out, no, we're not in trouble. Look at my slow ass doing slow things. My actions per minute are, not good. Alright, what do you want? I do love the art in this as well. It's like, it's nice and updated. Also, what the hell is the point of dryads, I do have to say. Eh, boy. Maybe dryads are just really cheap, I don't know. There's probably something in there. In fact, if anyone knows this game really well, do say, because, I don't know, it'd be fun to hear about it. Of course I could Google it, but why would I do that? Excuse me. Coffee is coming back up to say hello. Alright, so this is where the real game starts, which is hogging all the town centers. Also, I love the attention to detail, like even in the original Age of Mythology, just as you upgraded your troops, and you upgraded their weapons and armor and that kind of thing, like their look changed. I love that. Like, that's so cool. It's just such a neat touch. And that's just me having a new Caladria. And that feature right there, where you can just kind of group all your production buildings together, assign them all to one hotkey, and just like build any kind of unit from that. That's such a nice touch. I don't remember if that was in the original Age of Mythology. I don't think it was. Again, could have looked that up beforehand. I could have prepared for this, but I was putting this off long enough as it was. Oh, you cheeky wanker. You'll also notice that the whole Atlantean thing of like promoting your dudes to heroes, yeah, wasn't doing that. Expensive. And I have a satyr. Whee! Okay, and this is the point where I'm like, hell yeah, now we're going to build a palace right there, because we need that. And interestingly enough, like, normally in games like this, I would be like, alright, now we gotta get siege weapons on the go, but, not this time. And just doing that. There's also actually a villager unit, I have to say there. Why is that dude like that? Why are they sending single Myrmilios over to us? Yay, we're single things. Egyptians are doing Egyptian things, Egyptians are doing Egyptian things. I could possibly like, yay. And right, here's the point where I'm like, oh hell yeah, we're gonna have infantry that can tear buildings down. That'll be really good. Okay. And what else do we want there? I kind of started producing Arcus. I think that's the name of it. Them longbowman type dudes. I remember when I played through the campaign for the Titans expansion back in the day, I just spammed Arcus like crazy. Because, like, I don't know, archers are really good. Yeah. And now I want to play Age of Mythology again and just go nuts with spitting cobra things. Damn it! You know what I should do? I should just play whatever the hell I like, and at this point in the channel, like, it's not big enough to really worry about the algorithm and stuff like that. Not that I was worrying about it before. Deacon's hell, have you seen how many Witcher VODs are going up? For a bloody 20-year-old RPG that wasn't even that good when it first came out? Gods. Oh, boy. The idea behind this channel, by the way, was to make content that perhaps had wider appeal than From the Depths, which is the game for anyone watching this who doesn't possibly know already, is the game on me main larger channel. But the thing is, all I've done is create a second channel with rather niche content. But I guess that's fine. Did you do the thing? Yes, you did. Hell yeah. We got infantry, we got cavalry, we've got flying girls with healing sticks. Perfect. And I think, I just realized up in the top right corner, that's the score up there. Yay, my score is higher than everyone else's. Like, the enemy is really not coming for us at all. Wow. And wait, what is with the favor? Is that like... Huh. Interesting. Was favor unlimited? I really want to Google that now. It's also... I say this every time I do a commentary or something like that, but, like, recording your gameplay footage and looking back on it is actually a great way of appreciating the game from a different angle. One that you might not otherwise get. Like, I mean, you could get the same thing by looking up, like, other people's gameplay and stuff like that, but looking at your own and thinking, like, huh, what was I smoking when I decided to do that? That's hilarious and fun and cool and fun, and I love it. So, yeah. Look at all this. Look at them llamas. I think, what's the idea there with them? I think the idea behind the Atlanteans having, like, llama caravans is that, like, they had some contact with the New World, by which I mean the Americas. Here's a fun history fact. America is named after... I don't remember his first name, but new rule, I don't Google things. Amerigro? Amerigo, I think his name was, who was an Italian map maker who visited America, at least some of it, and like was one of the first dudes, not the first, I don't think, to like make maps for it, or at least the first Europeans to. I guess the people who had been living there for thousands of years, they didn't even need maps, because they just kind of, you know, did it the old-fashioned way. They walked around, got lost sometimes, but they friggin' learned where everything was. Which is, honestly, like, I don't know, the most basic way of remembering where the hell everything is. It's just frickin' remember, why don't you? But anyway, so, people back in ye olde Europe, looked at the maps that Amerigo had made. I really hope I'm pronouncing his name right. Oh well, it's a mystery. And they kind of accidentally thought that, like, that was the name of the place. Or at least they just started calling it that because his name was on it. And, yeah, so that's how you get America. Kind of a sweet irony that it was not named after Christopher Columbus, because he technically didn't discover it, because, quite frankly, he didn't deserve to discover anything. And chaos is such a handy god power, because it's basically just done stupid things there. Also, those destroyers are amazing at dealing with buildings. That's, like, really good here. Also, what the hell was I doing with the thermos there? What the hell was I smoking? And I love how they added screams. Wee, slight. Wee. Wee. Now I'm just enjoying the carnage of it. Screams, screams. It is a little bit wacky just how those destroyers can, like, tear through buildings like no one's business. It's amazing, actually. Also, how the buildings kind of just, fall to pieces now. It's great. Whee! And no one's going for the healers. That is unfortunate. And that's, what was it? Contrarius, I think? Or, I don't remember what they're called. How many destroyers do I have left? 8. Right, so now I remember why I took such losses here, is because I was stupid and I wasn't focus firing the fortresses down. Oh, and here's more dudes. Oh, that was the worst place carnivore ever. That was a panic cast. Jeez. Oh, that's a heroic thingy-bobby. Whoopsies. Quick! That was me frantically trying to find where the tower was. Yeah, scratch one satyr, apparently. Whee! Now it's a base fort. This is the risk, is if you stuff up and there goes your economy. I mean, not economy, what's the word I'm looking for? It is hilarious how they're, like, sending catapultes at me. But, like, the thing is that catapultes are only good... What the hell? Huh. Right, alright, so, lesson learned. Ding ding. Lesson learned is that you can't make them into the friggin' town center just by right-clicking. That's annoying. I think Alt... Oh, it's the Alt-X button. Whoops! Oopsie daisy. Never mind, everything is under control. Whee! More Mamilios. And... I lost a villager. It's all good, baby. It's just cream, baby. It's just cream and violence. I don't know what I just said. Here Whee! See, if you have enough resources, it doesn't matter whether the enemy is like all your base are belong to us. Also, one of my favorite things to do in Age of Mythology is just set up a little trade route. There's something very satisfying about a trade route. It's just... Osphorus said, hey, I had a home in that town. Well, that's what you get for, like, having too much property. Okay, then, so... That's all terrible, ain't it? And these guys were my gold miners, but I guess now they're just They're now farmers, because we always need more farms. And over here, this is what I like to do in Age of Mythology, is just, at a certain point of the game, I prefer to switch over to... I guess that's the idea, really, is, like, you switch over to, like, trade, and I really like how, like, they essentially just generate infinite money, which is silly. It doesn't make sense, but, yeah. Right, and there's the freaking Termas just trying to do things. Whee! Honestly, that particular assault, thinking back on it, like, Catapultes are, like, probably one of the worst units in the game. Like, I don't know, it's like, it feels like other infantry units are just much better. Am I silly? I might be silly. I mean, I guess you could say, no, the most useless unit in Age of Mythology, I think that was introduced in the Extended Edition, is like the Khopesh Swordsman. It is an infantry unit that's fast and only good against villagers. It's like, what the hell, dude? Alright, so what do we want here? We want... Hecate, or Hecate. Made popular by the classic video game Hades, which I've not been playing, because there's a weird thing with some games, in particular with games by, well, Supergiant games, is that they're too good. I'm not kidding, like, I am put off from playing them because, like, I don't know, maybe this says something about me, but they're so bloody good, they're so well crafted that it's like, it's too much. Like, I had that problem with, what did I have that problem with? Like, what the hell was that game? It was Bastion, Transistor, Pyre, I think it was? No, I must resist the urge to go. The one where it's basically like a weird football game. Whee! And we're gonna murder a villager right there. See, right up there. Yay! Recharge. Excellent. That's so nice. That's so nice. Recharging god powers. Me building up my forces over here. By the way, in case it wasn't really obvious, this is, like, not optimum gameplay of this game, absolutely at all. Like, there are... RTS frightens me sometimes. Just, I guess the people who play it, who are, like, freakily good at it, they're like, I don't know, it's like playing chess, like, but at 1,000,000 miles an hour. I think it was Husky Starcraft who said that, so... Wow, I was not expecting to shout out Husky Starcraft today. Now, how's he doing? I wonder how he's doing. I remember I used to like watching StarCraft videos, even if I had no interest in playing myself. Yeah, I have a slight aversion to Blizzard games because, I don't know, it's not like the aversion to playing Hades, which is too good. Blizzard games just, I don't know, they feel designed by committee too much. It doesn't feel like there's any, like, you know, one solid artistic vision. So, that's a bummer. Whee! Termas are helping. Whee! Poke that building with tridents. Poke it. Poke it good. I love the sound of the buildings crumbling. It's really good. Love it. Whee! Ah! Such Atlantean privilege that their villagers get donkeys, or is it mules? And over we go. Yay, you guys surrender. Hooray! Osforu is dead. I thought that was an Egyptian name, honestly. Okay. Oh boy. Whee! This is the point of the commentary where I'm just like, pretty colors. Pretty colors and pretty units. Ah, boy. Maybe I should play her on a harder difficulty. Or maybe I can be satisfied with a little bit of light gameplay, a little bit of light commentary. Is this commentary light? It's pretty light. I don't feel the weight of the world bearing down on me, really. But, oh, this is a fun thing I'm gonna do. Oh, wait, I think maybe... Oh, I think maybe some god powers can only be done once. looking at that Tartarus gate over there. Wow, I have a... Ta-da! Oh, wait! I think after the first time, does it cost favor? Oh, I don't know. I played a whole damn game. I love the flip these little guys do as they come out of Tartarus. It's pretty good. Also love how much damage they do to buildings. It's great. But yeah, it looks like I'm gonna have to see again. There is a point where I use Chaos again. And, yeah. That costing favor? Oh my goodness, it looks like everyone can just get favor like crazy. First time's free, but it costs favor afterwards. Yeah. I feel a little bit silly I didn't read up on, like, you know, what's changed, but you know what? You know what? Oh, wait, no, they also get Hecate. Hecate. I prefer to say Hecate. It sounds good. I love that Tartarus gate because while they're distracted over there, we're gonna come down here and do things. And that's fun. I love how I selected them to do that and it just carried on. Horn sounds. Overly dramatic sound right there. Whee! Yay! Be distracted, please. Damn it! I missed the tooltip. Hold on, I'll get to see it. Get to see it very soon. Whee! Whee! Go straight for it. Also, yeah, using shift commands to deal with the what's it. Now I'm just trying to concentrate to see like whether like I don't know. It doesn't matter. Like I'll get to look it up later. Alright, their army's gonna come down for us any second now. Whee! There is something to be said for saving all your dudes, saving all your favor for the late game. Whee! Atlantean on Atlantean violence, you gotta love it. Whee! Alright, any second now, we're gonna... I think they're still, like, busy with the Tartarus gate on the north side of the town. I love that trick, it's like, hey-o! Which you gonna deal with first? Probably the smart thing to do would be dealing with the army first. Although those Tartarus spawn can really do a number on buildings, so... what do I know? I think I might be silly. Thebes! Oh, wait, no, that's... Yay! Alright. Hold on. Alright, I think I don't use it here. I think, where do I end up using it? Not there, later. Man. Now I just want to drop a meteor swarm on everything. Oh yeah, the original soundtracks for Age of Mythology, really, really funny names. Like, on purpose as well. Whee! Alright, I think it's around here somewhere. Right, all the things, multitasking, okay. Yes, it does cost favor, I was right! And it costs favor more every time you use it. Well, I didn't even know that. I think I got lucky. Whee! Perfect! Also, why am I, like... Why am I trying to get archers to deal with the siege weapon? That's silly. Just silly, I say. Whee! Oh man, I love this game. Need to play more of it. That settles it. Every week I'm just gonna do a game, damn it. Gonna play a freaking game and talk over the top of it later. Which is great for procrastination. Build limit 50 out of 50. Oh. Right. Are you gonna do stuff or what? Right, so I've basically won here, but... Alright, well, that was good timing. I did basically win. Alright, victorious! So, that does it for this, nice rambly commentary on Age of Mythology Retold. I do like this game. It is an improvement over the last version, the Enhanced Edition. And if you like RTS, you should pick it up. It's nostalgic and fresh at the same time. That's my review. And it felt really good to do a commentary like this again. I need to get back into it. Need to get back into it proper. So, thank you all so much for watching. Please like and comment, subscribe if you want to, and I'll see you in whatever game comes next. Farewell.